Bringing you breaking news here on the Ravens Rundown as Ian Rapoport of the NFL Network is reporting that the Baltimore Ravens will place the exclusive franchise tag on Lamar Jackson this offseason. And there's a lot to take away from this situation. Let's start out just with the pure numbers that I want to give you here. We're talking about a price tag of around $45 million this next season to put the tag on Jackson. And there's a few things to take away of what this all means when it comes to his future. It doesn't guarantee that Lamar is back in Baltimore next year. Far from it, by all means. Let's start with the exclusive tag. No one else can sign him. That's it. He will not actually enter free agency. I know a lot of people were saying, well, Lamar is about to be a free agent. He never really was going to be a free agent. The exclusive tag means no one else can touch him and just take him away with a better offer. It also gives more time for a long-term extension. This can be dragged out, and a job could be done to get this taken care of to get more time involved. Now, remember, they've had a lot of time to do this. Negotiations began last offseason. No deal was done. They said they would resume things when the offseason began this year for Baltimore, and still at this point, no deal at this point has been done. Also, remember how the franchise tag works in the National Football League. You can be tagged twice. So in theory, Lamar could be tagged this year, play it out, and then be tagged again next year potentially and have to play on that. But remember, this also makes a trade, I think, more likely. Because, think about this, if Lamar gets the franchise tag and there's still no contract in place, we know he wants that long-term deal, then frustration and tension grows, and Lamar would be more likely to demand a trade of some sorts by not having that contract in place. So a lot to take away from this. We still have a lot of unanswered questions. The one thing that we have figured out, though, from today is that Lamar at least has a contract in place for next year for 1 year with the franchise tag. But a lot of moving parts and pieces as far as his future goes with the franchise, and certainly opens up the door for a lot more trade rumors involving Lamar Jackson over the next few weeks. Let's start with this. What is your one-word reaction to the Ravens franchise tagging Lamar Jackson? If you had one word to describe this situation, to me, my one word would be interesting. Okay, so we're going to do this whole charade. If you thought that this was going to be wrapped up, that the Ravens would have a deal with Lamar Jackson, and that it would be just a quiet offseason where everybody was happy and singing Kumbaya, you thought wrong. Let me know in the comments section. Give me your one-word reaction to the Ravens franchise tagging Lamar. Folks, this is why you subscribe to the channel. Breaking Ravens news. Look, Rap Sheet put this out. What did we do? We got all together and made this video happen for you. Built our graphics as quickly as we could to try to get you this information out and explain what this all means for your Baltimore Ravens. Breaking Ravens news, trades, free agency, rumors, counting down to the draft, and more. It's all right here on the channel. Subscribe now. You love the Baltimore Ravens. You want more Ravens content. This is the channel for you. All right, so let's look at this. If you want Lamar to stay, I think you should be very nervous right now. The fact that things have gone on this long, and it's not been a lack of trying. There has been effort to get a deal done, but nothing's happened. That means that momentum is as close to a trade right now as it's ever been. Doesn't mean it's going to happen, but the momentum is farther out now than what it's been at any point in these negotiations. You look at the Ravens quarterback depth chart. Lamar, of course, is your QB1, with Tyler Huntley set to be a restricted free agent. Then there's Anthony Brown around. So in theory, this quarterback room could look completely different when this season begins of what the situation may be. And I know that Tyler Huntley is now a Pro Bowler. Congrats to Tyler Huntley on that. But let's be real here. If your long-term solution, if you're saying to yourself, you don't have to pay Lamar, you got Tyler Huntley. Well, you're wrong. I mean, that's just a stupid idea, okay? I mean, let's be honest with ourselves here. Tyler Huntley, as happy as I am for him to get that Pro Bowl recognition, Tyler Huntley is not your solution to your Lamar problem here. You looked at the statistics between these two quarterbacks last year, and Tyler Huntley left a lot to be desired on the table with 2 interceptions thrown. He was very accurate at times with a 70-plus completion percentage, but we saw that Tyler Huntley did not do a great job of moving the football downfield, comparably speaking to what Lamar Jackson did this past year. In the time that we did see Lamar, he was playing at an MVP caliber level, and his passing statistics don't tell the whole story. You're also looking at a guy that Lamar Jackson that was so good running the football, a dual threat. This offense wasn't even close to being the same when Lamar Jackson was out, comparably speaking to when Tyler Huntley was in there. Tyler Huntley played hard. He put a lot of effort in, no question about it. But if your solution is that, well, you don't have to pay Lamar because you have Tyler Huntley, I mean, you're just simply wrong. That's not going to cut it. Tyler Huntley better not be the starting quarterback for the Baltimore Ravens next year. I can tell you that much right now, in my humble opinion. You can't go that route and expect to be successful as far as I'm concerned. Now, let's ask you guys, should the Ravens start Tyler Huntley if Lamar Jackson leaves? If there's a trade that goes down and Lamar's not back, is Tyler Huntley the guy the Ravens should turn to? If you think so, type Y for yes. If not, type in for no. Let us know in the comments section what you think about that possibility of Tyler Huntley being the next man up for the Ravens. Today's show is presented by BetUS, the exclusive sportsbook partner of Chat Sports. If you go to chatsports.com/bet, enter the promo code CHAT125, you will get a 125% deposit bonus. Put $100 down, you get $125 to spend for free at chatsports.com/bet. Early odds on Super Bowl 57, the Philadelphia Eagles are a 2-point favorite over the Kansas City Chiefs. Over under at 49.5. We want points, baby. Got to put the money on the points. Got to bet on that over. Get your bets in now. Chatsports.com/bet. Promo code CHAT125 to get your bets in today. That's chatsports.com/bet. Promo code CHAT125. Now, I'll say this. I think the best path forward for this Ravens team and for this franchise with this situation is finding a long-term deal for Lamar Jackson. I know not everybody thinks that way. And there are some folks out there that would say, well, play him on the franchise tag in a couple of years and see if he stays healthy and if he earns it. But at the end of the day, that to me is not a path for happiness. I don't think Lamar is going to play on the franchise tag. I would expect if a deal is not done soon, Lamar demands a trade, and he gets out of here. And quite frankly, Lamar shouldn't have to play on the franchise tag if we're all being honest here. Here's the top potential quarterback options within the league if the Ravens were to go another direction besides Lamar Jackson here. Aaron Rodgers is potentially on the trade market for Green Bay as the Packers go into rebuild mode. We know about Tom Brady. Probably played his last down with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but he also could be entering retirement as well. Then there's Derek Carr in Las Vegas, although I'm not personally very high on Derek Carr. I mean, you're talking about Derek Carr being a very short-term solution. Jimmy Garoppolo in San Francisco is another option potentially as well, and as is Baker Mayfield with the LA Rams, and Baker Mayfield did play a lot better in his second half of the year when he was the starter for the Rams as opposed to his time in Carolina. If you look at the draft, there are 4 names when you're talking quarterbacks in this draft that catch everybody's attention. There's Bryce Young at Alabama, who I think is, without question, the best quarterback in this draft. No doubt about it. And Bryce Young, I think, had a terrific college career, winning the Heisman Trophy. And with what he was able to do with the Crimson Tide, far and away the best quarterback, a little undersized, though. C.J. Stroud at Ohio State, I think, is the number 2 quarterback in this draft. Really good arm talent, very accurate as well, has all the size and those things that you're looking for. Then there's Will Levis at Kentucky. Some things that are very raw. I thought he underperformed compared to expectations that were placed on him, although Mel Kiper has him as the number 1 quarterback in this upcoming draft. And then there's Anthony Richardson. And if you're looking for a quarterback that is the most similar to Lamar play style-wise, Anthony Richardson could be your guy. But I have major concerns when it comes to Anthony Richardson as a passer in his accuracy. The guy just has not been able to complete enough passes and does not look like an NFL quarterback to me, quite frankly, with his lack of accuracy at that quarterback position. So those are potential other options if the Ravens are to go another route if they move on from Lamar Jackson. Tyler Huntley's not your solution. One of these guys could be if you do move on from Lamar. So before we go, let's ask this question. I have a feeling we'll be asking this a few times throughout the next few weeks. Will they or will they not trade Lamar Jackson? Will the Ravens do it? If you think so, type HY for hell yes. If not, type HN for hell no. Let me know in the comments section. Will the Ravens actually trade Lamar Jackson or not? As always, you can interact with me on all the social media platforms. I'm fired up about this, folks. Get ready. It is Lamar trade rumors season here on the Ravens Rundown. Better subscribe now because it's going to get pretty interesting here the next few weeks. We'll see you next time here on the channel. Thanks for joining us.